spot, they're really going to have to fight their way in.
I mean, that's the beauty of the Miramar. You have to now fight your way into this open land to have that circle for yourself. Team Skyforce so far, Sanchir alongside of Riley, all of the players, they're at the outskirts of the zone so far. But Glue Squad, the team that had the initial 4 elimination to their name, now is in front of the Team BTR.
Ooh.
The jump car shot. Whoa, that's something new. The car was in the aim, and I do believe so, or it was somewhat of a damage that somehow came into the play and just got that elimination. But aside from that, ladies and gentlemen,
Riley up on the ridge, riding it out, cooking up the nades, sending them forward, looking to see if they can apply the pressure. Now, SKD going to be feeling the heat as 2 of their players get picked on up. Ooh, but the response is there. It's not going to go unpunished. Skyforce, try and see if there's a way out of this, but it's not looking very easy. Now, up they come. Not quite fully aware of the remainder of SKD's position here. At least clearing out rather the first compound. Now with the sprays coming through here from Nodzu, Riley knows exactly where to focus and what angle to take. It is going to be utilities trying to clear the way, but a quick, efficient hit coming through there with the shotty as SKD locks in their 6th elimination. The zone shifting to the north. That is going to be a pretty tough angle for them to try and compensate for. Skyforce, unfortunately, also not going to be making it any further as we down to the final 6 squads. Vikings hoping that the zone stays in their favor. Bigatron by Vitality. Now coming up, knocking on the door, looking to see if they can gain a bit of a foothold here. The zone, of course, is going to get ready to pop anytime soon. But the teams all now just trying to get themselves situated. If the zone pulls up to this mountain, it is going to be an absolutely brutal battle. Now, Bumblebee getting met with a few shots to the face as Lapar from RRQ locks it in. BTR, RRQ finding themselves in a bit of an exchange on the edge of zone, but the Vikings going to look to third party. As you can see, Tin now just locking it in. RRQ starting to crumble.
This is the 3rd time that I've seen this team just miss out all their shots on the players, and the other party just gets the knockdown, gets instant confirmation right there and then. But RRQ now down to the very last 2 players themselves. Now Bloods official, of the Vikings. We can see TPK pushing on the Bloods official. Bloods official gets eliminated. #6 it is, ladies and gentlemen. And now, as the top 5 contenders, that BTR 4 elimination, RRQ with the 4 elimination as well. The only team amongst all of these names, all of this top 5, is Vikings with 9 and Todak with 6 that has the highest out of the down to the last 2. But Fedralis is moving forward against Lapad. Lapad, the grenade guy. Let's see if he's going to be able to get that grenade connection, and that he does. That he does. Fedralis gets a knockdown. He will get the confirmation by Todak. Wait a second, that's a 3rd party coming around. Are you gonna get that steal of that elimination number, or Todak will be facing straight up into the vicinity against RRQ?
I mean, Bigatron by Vitality trying everything that they can. They want to see if they can get that first victory on Murmur again. But now Todak looking like they are picking up quite a bit of momentum here. 7 eliminations up, 2 players remaining. Let's see whether or not Skem and Cleon can lock it through. BTR by Vitality will have to settle for already getting swept under the rug. Not going to have a repeat play this time around. Now it is going to be T2K, of course, coming into 2nd place or 2nd place finish in the last match. Ooh, now securing themselves a few players along the way. ASI8 again finding it pretty tough to secure any points. So they are sent back with a few more additional donuts. And that's not the way that you want to try and close it up, right? You want to see if you can get points. At least this is only the first few matches of the day, so there will be still 4 more games for ASIA to try and pick it up. Meanwhile, D Xavier now getting ready to cook as they push up alongside BTR. Bigatron by Vitality already having their first player knocked down. Let's see, is Lamborghini going to be able to survive it? The pressure is on, out in the open. Beautiful spray. And this is what we love as Federales gets taken on down. Now Bumblebee, are they going to be buzzing with excitement, or could it be Optimus to pop it in? Indeed, it is Optimus. Goes for the prime angle, gets the spray. And now Parajin looking to try and come in alongside Levi's here. They have to try and pick it back up if we want to see Xavier make it any further, but down goes Parisian. Levi's the only one left to try and make a difference.
Being the solo guy in this proximity, there's a lot of pressure on this guy from this point onward. Optimus managing to secure the back lines, making sure that the Bigatron by Vitality, not only that they can give the player a revive, but at the same time make sure that they have the upper advantage against all of this team. It's a really good one, but Bumblebee just got instantly rammed down by his own team member for some reason. But wait a second, what just happened? Levi's beautifully done, making...
Interesting strategy that they are looking to play at here. Xavier, I'm pretty sure that they've sent at least 2 of their players up in towards the zone. In the meantime, it is going to be RRQ looking to heat things up. It is going to be Skyforce right here alongside with them. And of course, here we get to take a look at where this next phase is going to be taking us. It does shift ever so slightly up in towards the power grid region. So this is going to be putting quite a bit of pressure, I think, especially towards the eastern side of zone, as we can see a big concentration of teams now looking to rotate up exactly from there. So who will be the one to reign supreme here? I think Bigatron by Vitality, they have a golden opportunity to really try and lock down that plateau that they find themselves on. And that could also present quite a bit of leverage. Now, RRQ though, they lock it up on the north. The Skyforce are going to be the next team down. But of course, RRQ now gets rushed as the hits continue to roll on in here. And you got to say, this is exactly what we want to see, right? Nuga trying to see if they can get that res, pull it off.
Like surrounding areas to do a third party into the proximity. But T2K so far on our screen against the team Boom Esports. The grenade is being cooked from both parties. 2 seconds, 1 second. The grenade is going to be thrown. Boom Esports M. He's going to receive a lot of damage. He needs to heal himself right here and now. But the grenade is going to mark its elimination. Boom Esports, hashtag number 5. But Blue Squad, they're like, okay, we're not going to take the fight. They are definitely not in any way trying to make any kind of contestations for themselves with Bigatron at the eastern corner. You can see them versus ASI8 versus T2K. The fight's happening. The shots are definitely commencing up. T2K is potentially down to the last 2 guys. And if it has one guy, Igneous is actually pushing back to the BTR angle. You can see one player, Ruled OG, he's not even moving an inch. He's barely budging from his location. But Igneous, I want to see what he's going to be able to do, what he's capable of. Is he going to be able to like eliminate some of the players of the, at least BTR, get them into the casualties situation or not? As Casanova, he's also moving back to his own team members to get that revival done. You can see into the mini screen, you can see Igneous throwing the grenades, trying to make any kind of connectivity upon all the players, but no connectivity, ladies and gentlemen. The connectivities are not happening. BTR on the other side taking down another player of the team ASI8. Now it's a rush from ASI8. BTR losing a player, potentially leaving them down to the very last guy from this point onward, as if Adrala is the solo hope. The only hope is going to be absolutely decimated from ASI8's hand, and giving them a chance to get that
situation. He has to do something amazing. Cyclone, let's see, is he gonna be is he ready to face his opponents on the other side? A6 side, they're closing the deal and the kill feed and getting some elimination numbers confirmed.
Yeah, it's going to be go, go, go now. DRS, will they survive? Cyclone getting hit. Killer, White T off the back end. Trying to pick up a little bit of that RRQ spread here. Yeto Uda now just on the edge. Very cautious not to enter just yet. But it's going to be a lot of O's just waiting on the door. Will we see that play though? Nuga, beautiful flashbang. This is going to be go time. And there we have it. Execution style coming through from RRQ. DRS down to a solo. Killer YT now essentially opting to come through just on the offside here. It's a 2v1. This could be the showdown for DRS now to secure the points on the board. They've been showing quite a bit of aggression already so far here today. But will they be able to lock it in? The res is going to come through here. Now as RRQ is back up on a 3-piece, so Killer YT really needs to keep their head on the swivel. Angles just on the side. But RRQ managing to just keep out of harm's way. And with that, clear it up. DRS will have to...
Boots, they had one of their player placed on that fridge that we saw Team R3 playing on. I guess that's the same player who got eliminated by Terima compounds for themselves, and they will try to hold that area. But on the other side, RRQ coming in on towards the Trozak side, and now a couple of O's. In fact, so many O's trying to take that fight, pushes forward on team MVK, and RRQ getting that elimination number confirmed.
Is the zone going to allow for a bit of a continuation on that position, or will it force them to push up? Now, Vampires closing it out. As they've spotted the angles here, they do find the sprays, but the zone is going to keep them moving further and further upwards, so not quite the angle that they were hoping for.
Absolutely, and if they are not careful, they can definitely find themselves in the close quarter of ASX side, and we know that ASX side, they are trying to play so aggressive, and this fight will be, I mean, a treat to an eye if we manage to see this. But on the other side, it's BTR trying to, getting close to that school area. For now, that's an open train. They have to be careful. Bloods official is on the backside. Smokes are being deployed. The virtual cover is placed, but once again, Bloods official, they're not being careful. How can you ignore a player who is playing inside a smoke area? But on the other side, Vampire Esports, as we were talking about this, they managed to find themselves into the crosshair of ASX side, and ASX side, they will not miss this time around. It's a 1v3 situation now. The last man standing of Vampire Esports will be forced to move forward. There's a blue zone on one side and Team ASX side on the other. He has no way to survive. But BTR, as they took one player down, they're going on a charge, they're going on a hunt, and this time around they will find the last man standing of Bloods official. They'll shut him down and get another elimination number.
We'll start closing through in the next 10 seconds or so. Tribe Eremacy though, Aladdin, still very removed from the zone.
Well, they are away from the zone, but you can see that is on the fight of Boom Esports, where BTR is going to challenge them this time around. They have 4 elimination numbers already, but Team Dingos, will they be able to eliminate party or try to make a sandwich of Team R3G? But on the other side, BTR versus Boom Esports. In fact, DRX was also there. DRX Levi's was the last man standing, and he got eliminated by Fredroll. Look at the elimination. The grenades are going back and forth, all in. A couple of O's takes a lot of damage, and look at his HP. He is barely surviving on that, maybe 1 HP. But once again, RRQ trying to get those elimination numbers confirmed and throwing some grenades. File close, throws a grenade from the R3G side and finds one player.
Well, beautiful nades being played out of this position. Now, Trix also just trying to sneak up, find a little bit of a contribution here, maybe trying to steal a few of those eliminations from either RRQ or the players from Rachel's side. This could be 4, maybe 5 squads in contention, trying to lock it in. But looking at Boom, Fajar, interesting approach that they're taking, coming in from the elevated point here. An easy nade could be. The nation count that we have currently on the board is going to be from the side of BTR. 6 elims, but they're feeling the heat as we just saw Bumblebee getting dropped on down. Now, Tribe Eremacy coming through from the north. Boom Esports. If they can lock this one in, they will have a very comfortable rotation back into the zone.
Absolutely. Boom Esports, they have some compounds inside the zone, so that's the advantage that they have over any other team. But for now, Ace, they can definitely use that shore side and move inside the zone, but there is no cover inside the zone. Glue will be waiting for them. Glue, as well as they're also somehow a cover or a good spot inside the zone. That's a big question, but the split of Glue Esports, it will definitely gonna hurt them. On the other side, Boom Esports, they got the good thing is this compound has the zone, and Boom Esports, they have a heighted area as well.
Yeah, I mean, elevation and zone positioning, that is going to be one of the key factors to play for. It's going to be the Vikings that won't make it up into this next phase, as we are down to only 4 squads remaining. The numbers looking pretty good though, right? BTR, the only team sitting with 2 players up. Boom, now going to be feeling a little bit of that heat as it gets applied. But let's see if Bigatron by Vitality can look to close this one off. Still having a little bit of a way to go to get a good secure position. Tribe Eremacy, I like what they're doing up onto the north. Now looking to play the advantage. They have the numbers, they have the angle. But can they leverage it and get themselves that winner chicken dinner? Of course, only time will tell. But now it's going to be Bigatron by Vitality. Optimus, again, looking for the prime position to take the engagements from as they find themselves over on the edge. But not full sending it just yet, right? Still just poking and prodding, not going to be fully committing just yet. And I can't really fault them for that, because this is such a difficult zone to play through.
Absolutely, one of those difficult zones where it was looking like the circle is going to end on that Rozak side, but it abandoned in the last stages, and now there is no play area. BTR, they managed to secure a good spot inside the zone, but now the circle left that compound as well. Once again, that vehicle cover is going to be in play, but Team Glue, as soon as they realize that BTR has no hard cover, they can definitely score some elimination numbers, and here comes the first knockout. BTR left with the Optimus. Once again, that solo player who is so close to Boomy Sports, one good grenade and it will be a game over for BTR, but they have their entire focus on their elimination numbers, and now you can see that the highest elimination numbers are confirmed by Team BTR. But on the other side, Glue Squad, they spotted the last one standing and they eliminated them, but they have only 2 elimination points. MGN, another team who is struggling, but unfortunately they will not convert this match into another good match because they have only 2 players alive.
Yeah, and that is going to impact them quite a bit. TTK, though, beautiful reach here onto the side of BTR. Optimus now getting picked up. An effortless spray, though, here from Rules. Just going absolutely crazy. So that is at least 1 point of contention, slightly alleviated, as we did see the rest of the players there from BTR quite a bit of a distant position there from them. Now Bumblebee up on the hill. Not sure if Ajay can get the sprays in here. But TTK, I like this awareness coming through, right? Not going to let anybody slide past them, but the pressure is going to be on. Are they going to be able to gatekeep BTR from gaining entry into this next phase? Or will we potentially maybe see BTR pushing right through them and sending them back into the lobby?
Brilliantly. If you look towards the rotation of the previous match, I mean, the way they managed to stay away from all the fight, that was brilliant. But wait a second, T2K will not fall back. They will go all in. They had an opportunity. They had an open to go such deep inside the zone. So maybe it is a blessing in the form of disguise for this player. But on the other side, Vampire Esport, if you look towards them, they are 3 players on the AD. They will shut one of the player down. Cyclone is down. But they are on a very comfortable spot. The slam in is not going to work. If Team SKD they manage to slam in on this area, teams DRS will definitely have that advantage, because there are some avenues on the eastern side of these compounds where 1 or 2 teams will definitely try to hold, and then a third party on SKD will definitely help Team DRS. But Cold Feed is getting led. Team BTR taking fight with R3G. R3G, they're losing their players. Unfortunately, they are on the last man standing. And that's not the case. That's not the Team R3G, we were expecting better from them. We wanted them to play a comeback match, but unfortunately, last man standing. I think they cannot do anything else. We can only see the kill feed, not the perspective of the players. But BTR, they are confirming some elimination points. What's the plan of Team DX? And DX is going all in, but wait a second, some chaos is going on here. RRQ versus AST versus Team Glue Squad versus BTR. 4 teams coming up against each other in the farm area, and RRQ, as they are confirming some elimination points in Glue Squad. But Glue Squad, they are definitely spotting all the players on that eastern side, and now they eliminated 1 player as well. But DRS, they're also joining the party. Trathon going back and forth. Cyclone is coming all in. What is this? Chaos, absolute chaos. Everybody is going bonkers, and look at this. Stickly is moving forward with the shotgun. A grenade comes in from Hexas, and this will definitely damage the last player of DRS. Yitauta, the last man standing, got eliminated, and Team Glue Squad, they got 11 eliminated.
Moving into the final match. The rest of the lobby, they're going to try and make it as tough as they can. T2K, though, it's good to see that they can kind of keep that same pacing as we saw in the previous match, right? Murmur went quite well. Now, they seem to be able to kind of carry that momentum. Not going to be falling to a similar buzzing pretty soon. It's all going to come down to how the zone is going to shift. Potato Hill, though, still looking pretty hot. Parisian riding it out, looking for the opportunity. Fajar now just trying to go up for that res, but keeping it close. Parisian absolutely taken apart. And sometimes the aggression works.
They're charging in on RRQ, but RRQ, they're not allowing them to breach in. Although they breached the compound, but not the first floor. But RRQ, once again, some grenades are going back and forth from both the sides. But look at the HP, look at the Molotov. That brilliant Molotov will take Lapart down, and Glue Squad will confirm another elimination point. KD, a brave rotation by them, and a knockdown from some other team on T2K. That's gonna help them. But for now, if TKD they try to push forward and get those elimination numbers confirmed, they will definitely help get a helping hand. But T2K, wait a second, Rolls OG comes on a different angle. He takes that elevation. KD, okay, SKD. There's STK in Pakistan side. That's why I'm getting confused. But SKD, they revived their teammate, took him, and went back into the safe side where there are some compounds.